We're here today to celebrate the conclusion of the Innovating for Sustainable Development programme. It's a celebratory showcase where we're here with lots of different external partners and the students who participated during the programme.
I signed up to the program because I have a history of interest in entrepreneurship, but I'd never quite focused it on the Sustainable Development Goals and sustainability, and it just seemed like a really good chance to meet like-minded people and to get together and really put our brains to work, not only to come up with ideas because that's easy, but also to make them into working business cases.
So the Sustainable Development Goals are set by the United Nations. There are 17 in total, and we've looked at things such as clean water and sanitation, climate action, life on land, and sustainable cities and communities.
You're never going to get a really good solution until you really understand the problem behind it. And the Sustainable Development Goals are really just large-scale problems that have yet to find really effective solutions.
They seem very policy focused. They seem like things that people talk about at the United Nations and not necessarily in business circles. So I think it was quite good to condense efforts around specific topics, look at the breakdown of indicators within each one, and just really hone in on the key issues and what you can do about them.
So the goals have provided a really good framework for interdisciplinary learning. So we've got PhD students here who are from the Royal College of Art, they're from Imperial College London, they're from Surrey and Reading University, from King's College, and they're all looking at very different research topics in their day-to-day PhD lives.
It's a phenomenal opportunity to learn from everybody and draw everybody's knowledge into something that really does make a difference.
Being in a room together with other people and being forced to come up with something tangible in a short amount of time was quite stressful at the time, but in the grand scheme of things, quite helpful for me.
To allow those barriers to come down, the trust has developed, and as a result what's happened is instead of working in the little stovepipes, people have started to collaborate right across those borders, start to enjoy understanding what what their colleagues have been saying. And that leads to something really special.
If I just kind of made a project with a bunch of other engineers, I think we'd have made something very generic and not very interesting.
The community of PhD students I've met through the program are people that I wouldn't have come into contact with otherwise. And so I feel I now have a whole new cohort of colleagues that I'm going to keep in contact with.
What we find with a lot of startup entrepreneurs is that they have this fantastic vision, but the reality is that unless they can bring it to the market, it just stays as an idea.
A PhD is a lot about generating a lot of ideas, but how do you bring those from being a conceptual plan to move them on?
And so what I've been involved in is helping them work out how to slice down the grand idea and eventually take it to market.
It has to be sustainable, self-sustaining, income generation, and solving the problem. I learned that it's very important to consider business in a way solving the environmental problems for the better human existence.
So the showcase event has been a really fantastic way to bring together our PhD students who've participated on the programme with the external partners and the startups and all of the academics that have been involved to date, and we're really excited to see how they take their collaborations forward into the future.